Hello, my name's Wesley. Is it hot in here or is it just me? No, it's just me. All right. Welcome back for another one of my videos. I just want to thank everyone so far who has liked and subscribed, and I hope that you continue to do so. I also really appreciate all the comments you've left. I enjoy hearing the things that you have to say. So today we're going back to basics, and I will be making a craft. No more of this going to the park nonsense, no more complaining about Michaels, and I've made enough freaking tote bags. Today we will be doing a Halloween craft. I know you're all hoping that I'm going to make some sort of 6-foot candy tube that you can use to slide treats down to children. But no, actually, based on my last video, I've decided that I'm going to be doing a bunch of crafts, a bunch of copycat crafts of things I've seen at Michaels. But mine are going to be much better, much nicer, higher quality, and they're also going to cost a fraction of the price. That's right, today I will be using things from around my house, and because of that, there will be no list of things you will need. Sorry, I know some of you really like that. That's a great feature. I love, here's a list of things you will need. Today we will not be needing a list of things. And I know yours will probably turn out a little bit less good than mine, but that's okay. I'm sure someone out there will tell you they're great. So having said all that, let's make cheap homemade versions of Halloween decor you could be buying in a store. So the first step to any good craft project is to put on an apron. You'll see that I'm wearing my usual craft apron so that I don't ruin my outfit. I've also surrounded myself with all the supplies that I think I will need to complete these 3 projects. So the first project I'm going to be doing is a skull, but the one that I'm going to be copying is much more fancy. I'm expecting a picture of it to appear over here. So these skulls are pretty cool. They look like they're bleeding gems, or there's gems coming out of their eyes, or leaking gold. So my plan is to take these skulls and cover them in gems and things. And then when it's all done, they should look extra glamorous and extra spooky. Ooh, yeah, that's fun. And then I think I can just put them on a table and people will come over and say, oh my god, you're so cool, you're so awesome. It's a nice bone structure there. Similar. So because I'm planning to put these on tables, you'll notice they have these little things. I think they're supposed to stick in the ground. I don't know, they don't stand very well. Right? Like, oh. Yeah, ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So my plan is to take this knife, cut off these things, and go from there. It's much harder to cut than I anticipated. So I'm just gonna start by taking this saw and cutting off this little nub. Works great. So much better. Yeah, this one's cheap. I can just cut this one. Look at that. Aren't they the cutest things you've ever seen? So I'm just gonna start by gluing a bunch of things to these skulls. Now the things I have vary. I have this container here, it's full of rhinestones that I found around the house. These rhinestones are definitely plastic and definitely very cheap. This skull is gonna be the coolest because I want it to look like, I don't know what I want it to look like. I'm just gonna put rhinestones on it till it looks right. Now that looks nice. Now these rhinestones are pretty cheap and plastic, and they come in self-sticking strips, which is nice for when you want to stick them down. However, they're cheap and plastic and probably are gonna fall off at some point. But we just keep sticking these down and they seem to be, you know, working out, looking nice. No one's complaining yet. Well, I've complained several times, but no one seems to care. Ooh, spooky. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, wow. That's so fetch. Do you even go to this school? All right, that's enough of that. I also have these gold pony beads, which I'm also just gonna stick on somewhere. I'll be laying down a blob of glue. Nice, messy. And I'm just gonna stick these beads all up in here and hope for the best. The thing with a glue gun is it's always way too hot when you touch it, and then when you need it to be soft and nice, it's hard as hell. Ow! Stupid glue. Now that I've glued a bunch of stuff to this one, I'm gonna glue a bunch of stuff to this one, but in a slightly different pattern. Okay, now that I've got everything covered, I'm just gonna push my mess over here. Out of sight, out of mind. Stop rolling away. Oh no! Remember, cheap rhinestones, they're gonna fall off. Don't worry, I still have a glue gun. So this next step is a little bit controversial. If you're fun like me, you'll have no problem and think it's great. But if you're kind of boring like everyone else, you might want to skip this step. Glitter! So I just want to address everyone's concerns. I know what you're all thinking. The second you open that glitter, it's going to be everywhere all over your house. And I just want to say, if you live in the kind of house that isn't already covered in glitter all over everything, you're probably doing something wrong. But before I do that, I'm going to take some glue and just put it in the places where I want the glitter to stick. I'm probably also going to put it in places where I don't want the glitter to stick, but that will not be on purpose. So as it dries, the glue will continue to run and drip and will make it look really cool. Then I'm going to move on to this one. Turning out nice. All right, well my skull's dry, I'm gonna move on to my next project. For my next craft, I'm gonna be doing what I call things in a bottle. Now this is our original craft. Ooh, yeah, it looks awesome. My plan is to paint these bottles that I have found around my own home in a way that makes them look like spooky Halloween decorations. As you can see, some of them are still useful. So I'm just going to start by taking my worst brush, this one, and giving all the bottles some sort of black paint to make them look a little bit more spooky. Now I know this is regular acrylic paint and this is glass and that's not going to stick and it's going to crack and chip and look terrible. I wanted to do all those things because it's actual distress. None of this, I painted something a beautiful color and then I sanded the edges so it looks like crap all of a sudden. No, we're actually going to have things that look used because they are used. No faking here, we're doing it for real. Oh yeah, that's shaping up rather nicely. What would be fun if we were having parties this year is you could make everyone a specialized witch's brew. A custom painted bottle for all your guests. Because we totally all have time for that. We're having a fun time in here. Alright, now that my bottles are painted, I'm going to wait for them to dry. Alright, so now that the black paint on the bottles has dried, I'm just going to go in with some other colors to give it a bit more depth. I've picked purple, orange, and glitter. Now using my other second worst brush, I'm just going to dry brush in these colors so that they have a bit of a like rustic not farmhouse. Farmhouse is the worst. Antique, eclectic feel to them. And what's happening is my brush, because it's cheap, is scratching off a bit of the base coat of black, which gives it that fun, eclectic, antique feeling. It's scraping, I'm painting the metal parts, I'm painting not the metal parts. I'm painting everything. Ooh, spooky. Ooh, I drink that spooky beverage. Did you bottle a ghost? So now that my bottles have their second coat, I will once again begin the arduous task of waiting for them to dry. Alright, now that my bottles have dried, I can now begin affixing labels to them. Now, if you're rich and famous and somehow you can afford a Cricut machine and are able to print out your own labels for these bottles, by all means go ahead and do so. If not, you can make your own by writing whatever you want on a piece of paper. Now, I'm rich and famous, so I have a Cricut machine, and I have printed out my own labels. So now that I have all my labels, I can glue them to my bottles. And to do this, I'm just using a regular glue stick. Just want to get a good solid coat of glue all the way around. Don't be cheap. And very simply take your label, put it on, press down, and make sure if you have any paint on your hands to get it right on the label. There's one done. last but not least, the scariest of all. Ah! That's terrifying. Gross. Once all my bottles had their labels, I went in with some gold paint and added a few accents. After that, I got on with my life. Alright, so this next craft is something that I didn't want to make at all. In fact, it's something that I really dislike. However, as I can tell from the comments on my last video, you're all really excited for this. Please, without further ado, welcome back the return of this thing. Oh wow, it's so nice. Now I looked at this thing for a good while. I thought, who's it for? Why would you buy it? What the hell's the point of it? And frankly, I still don't know. But since I filmed that video, I've seen that it has sold out like wildfire. In fact, I had someone tell me in person that this was actually one of their favorite things, and they were a little bit upset with me for making fun of it. So now I'm gonna make my own version, which I think is gonna be a little bit nicer. So for this craft, you're gonna need a piece of cardboard and a coffee cup. Very simple so far. Now you can use whatever kind of coffee cup you like from whatever coffee chain you prefer. You could even go buy an entire sleeve of coffee cups just for this. I personally picked this one because it's the only one that would deliver this morning when I realized I didn't have a coffee cup to do this craft. So I'm just going to start really simply by painting the cup the desired color. Technically, this isn't a Halloween decoration. I think it's more of a fall decor. But because I also don't understand the reasoning behind fall decor, I've decided to do this as a learning experience. I promise you'll thank me later. Oh yeah, that's easy. Just put your hand in there. I am doing a great job. So you only need to paint half your cup. If you want to use the whole cup, you can paint the whole cup. Doesn't really matter. Now that the cup has been mostly painted, I can wait for it to dry. Okay. Now that that's dry, I'm just going to add a second coat. That's going to have some purple mixed into it. Not on purpose, but I like how it's looking. Great. Now that that's dry, I'm just going to simply cut it in half. Now that's what I call half a cup of coffee. I guess you could say the cup's half full. We're also going to do the same to the lid. Alright, as you can see, I've skipped ahead about several steps. Unfortunately, there was some technical difficulties with my camera, which is also my phone, and that it died. Did you know if each one of you watching were to donate $1, I'd probably have about $30, which would be a little bit closer to buying a new camera so that this will never happen again. Now what I did was I explained how to cut out the back and glue it in. The next step after that is to then, using your cutest font, write a fun hot beverage related pun on the front for someone you love. Baby, you're like coffee, bold and strong. Not only have I used one of my favorite hot beverages, but I've also made the message specific and caring. So now that all my crafts are done, what I've learned from watching other YouTube videos, the next step is to then arrange them in my home and pan over them with my phone to show you how wonderful they look close up. Oh wow, those decorations were so spooky! Ooh, they really look like expensive cheap decorations from a craft store, didn't they? Well, I'm glad you all had a wonderful time watching. I know you're all going to subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below, and send me a present. For real, I keep asking for presents and no one has sent me a single present. Anyway, bye!